Haas driver Romain Grosjean's crash at the opening lap of the Bahrain Grand Prix has been the focal point of many discussions in the F1 world. Drivers and team personnel have all been grateful that Grosjean managed to come out of it all with just a few burns and minor injuries. Renault's Daniel Ricciardo, however, wasn't too pleased with how the television side of things were handled, and he has now elaborated on this while speaking to F1. I'm your host Dillon Shelley, and first up on Formula World, Ricciardo rips into F1 for poorly handled Grosjean crash. Ricciardo started off by explaining why he is disappointed with F1. I'm disgusted and disappointed with Formula 1 for showing or choosing the way to show it as they did, and broadcast replays after replays after replays of the fire and his car split in half. And then, like that's not enough, they go to his onboard. Why do we need to see this? We're competing again in an hour. His family has to keep watching that. All our families have to keep watching that. And you're fucking with everyone's emotions. It's really unfair. It's not entertainment. He signed off by suggesting that the footage of the crash was shown far too soon. It was very, very poorly handled, and it felt like a game. We're lucky he's here, but it could have been a different story, and to show it like it's something from Hollywood, it's not cool. Choose to do that tomorrow, but not today. Fast feed. Williams driver George Russell has stated that if the halo hadn't been there, things would have turned out completely different. The way Grosjean walked away from the wreckage was unbelievable. Ferrari's Charles Leclerc added that when he saw the incident, he couldn't believe Romain ran out of the car. FIA race director Michael Massey stated that credit where credit is due to Ian Roberts and Alan van der Merwe, the drivers of the medical car. He added that as the FIA, they will look into all of it and undertake a full investigation of the whole incident, and of what they can learn, be it car safety, driver equipment and circuit safety. He further stated that the survival cell did what it was supposed to do and keep the driver safe. The halo also did its job. Haas team principal Gunther Steiner feels that knowing Grosjean, he would absolutely want to come back for the second race in Bahrain. Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff doesn't even want to imagine how this accident would have ended a few years ago, but even at a time when safety is high, it is still a very dangerous sport. Romain Grosjean meanwhile stated that he wasn't for the halo a few years ago, but he now thinks that it's the greatest thing in F1. 2020 world champion Lewis Hamilton suggested that the drivers are not the safety regulators, and that they're here to do a job when asked if they had doubts about taking part in the race after Grosjean's crash. Red Bull's Max Verstappen added to that by saying that he doesn't get why a driver wouldn't race. If he would be the team boss, he would kick such a driver out of the seat. He also feels that his car seems to work very well here, so maybe they can find some pace with the extra corners on the other track. Red Bull's Alex Albon felt that he was getting better and better in the last few races, and his podium in Bahrain is another step forward. And former F1 driver turned commentator Martin Brundle thinks that if Red Bull do change Albon, it's most likely going to be Sergio Perez. Did F1 appropriately handle the replays of the Grosjean crash? Head over to my community page to vote in the poll and let me know what you think in the comments. And if you like this video, feel free to subscribe and check out my others for all the latest in the world of Formula 1.